Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we are reading for the overview of Aries season. Aries season will be from March 20th through April 19th. Now, when I am doing the overview, the big reading, and I look at this as kind of like the chapters in our lives, where the general readings are more of the paragraphs of our lives or the pages of our lives. So when I am reading for the longer readings, I use a bunch of decks. I am using my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards for the main message. I will then go to my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. That helps to provide some clarity, kind of fills in the gaps. We then go to my Osha Zen Tarot cards, and what that does is that helps to give us words of advice. My Archangel Power Tarot cards, again, Radley Valentine, and I really like how they kind of summarize everything. We then will be going to another Radley Valentine deck, and I did this, I think, last time. We'll pull one from my Angel Tarot cards. This is a little wordy, but it's got a really nice message. It's very gentle, okay? But the message, I like the messages. I will use, during the beginning part, this introduction, I will also pull from my Rider tarot cards. It's one of the more original tarot decks, okay? Okay. Then I will finish with my Emily Anderson crystal deck. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? Okay. I am an intuitive channeler. What that means is that I open myself to higher power. Let whatever the message is come through my mouth. My job, just deliver it for whoever might need to hear it. And I do love hearing that the message was delivered. So, like I said, it may or may not resonate. And again, that's great. That's okay. Take what you like. Now, let's go through a little bit of the overview of what Aries season is about. This is just kind of the planetary movements, and just so you can get a little bit of a basic understanding. So on March 20th, Aries season began on 5:38, and this will all be Eastern Standard Time. It is also the equinox. Equinox means equal light and day. Now, in the northern hemisphere, that means it's the spring equinox. And in the southern hemisphere, that is the fall or autumn equinox. And that actually started again on the 20th, but that was like at 5:37 a.m. So they're really very close to each other. So we're just going to say. Now, something with the, I go through some of websites. I don't watch other readers. I don't watch other, horoscopes per se. But I do look at like where planets are and, what time that, they're transitioning or where they're going to be at, right? One of the messages that I picked up that I'm surmising is that, again, this is new start, new beginning of the astrological year. So, with the planetary movements, a lot of the messages from sites, and I do post that on my YouTube community, or I post these, sites that I get a little bit of this information from on my Facebook page. I haven't been really active in my Instagram or my Twitter so much, or my Pinterest, but the overall energy is something big's happening, surprise, get ready for some interesting energy, get ready for some interesting news. Now, is that going to be in your personal life? It could be. Is that going to be in the overall general, world, the life of the world? It could be that too. The thing is that no matter what goes on in the world, we still have to live our own lives, and we still have to make our own choices as much as we can make those choices. So much influences us, and so much, we are held, and I'm getting conscription, yeah. We are held to a certain standard, just because, if you want to have a mortgage, if you, have a mortgage or rent, or we have to pay our rent, we have to, roof over our heads, food in our mouth. So there is certain things that we have to comply with in order for these things to happen. But in some ways, this is also going to be about, Again, I know I talk about it all the time. Saturn in Aquarius, reality versus illusion. And as Saturn gets more and more into Aquarius, and it'll be there for 2 years, we will be seeing more of that. We will be having the choice to see whether that we want to look at the reality or the illusion. Okay? Just letting you know all that. So, overall energy, let's go ahead and pull an angel tarot card. And here we go here. Oops. And the pink deck that I said, they're actually guardian angel tarot cards. That's what those are. This is the angel tarot cards. Let's see what we might have for the overall energy for Aries. And I have my notes right over here, so that's why I looked there too. Because here we go. 1, 2, and 3. As you might know, if you follow, reverse cards have a really strong energy. So we have 3 cards face down. First card up. Oh, get busy, get ready, do your work. 7s, that number is a perfect number. It has a divine meaning. Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, get down to business. Money energy too. So the overall energy with this is a lot of the things we've been waiting for, a lot of the things that we've been doing will come to fruition during this time, or at least they will start to pop their heads up. Think of it as with the spring, we've planted the seeds and now they're popping up. We do have to nurture these dreams. We do have to nurture them, keep them watered, or however we want to do that. And again, too, I'm talking about keeping our vibrations really, really high as much as we can in order for them to grow. So this Aries season is about a lot of growth, but it's a lot, new beginnings, new starts. Anyway. Seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. Your next card up is the Ace of Air. Now, air energy is our Aquarius. It is our Gemini. It is our Libra. There's going to be all of these energies, all these air signs will be in play a little bit this month. Some a little more than the other, okay? Air is strategic thinking. It is making some plans. It could also be hearing news. Now, aces are new beginnings. You can think of those as a 1. So again, a lot of the things we've been working on, a lot of the things we've been planting, a lot of the things we've been that we've been wishing and wanting, we should be seeing them start to grow. So this is what's happening in Aries season. Now, brilliant new ideas and inspiration, seeing the truth of a situation. Remember Saturn, I know. Reality versus illusion. A challenging beginning. And that's, and as you're going to see, nothing's going to be, I have some words that I, during my meditations from higher power, nothing, life isn't easy. Life isn't easy. It is a challenge. It is a journey for us, but it's very worthwhile. Your last card here, 6 of Water. So here we have, now it's interesting that in a fire sign, which is what Aries is all about, and remember, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius are all fire signs. They are about, passionate, burning, very determined type of energies here. So we're in Aries. We have our earth energy here. We have our air energy here. And now we have our water energy. Water is Cancer, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. We are finished with Pisces season. It's very emotional. There's a little bit of romance. There's a little bit of nostalgia here too. Okay? 6 is the number of man. So kind of like, what is it that we can create? What is our illusion? I'm getting what is our illusion? What do we need to look deeper into? Now the 6 of Water has a lot of nostalgia in it too. So it's kind of like you need to see, maybe this is about looking back and seeing the truth of your situation. Anyway, memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, romanticizing the past. Okay, so now, like I said, when I'm doing my meditation, when I'm preparing even, I ask higher power to give me some words, give me some, what I need to share for you. And this one is, and I'm, I'm not going to say, and this is why I really don't watch other readers and I don't read other horoscopes, because I don't want to influence what comes through. But, as I'm preparing and getting times and stuff, I'm sure that there is some of those influences that do seep through. But with higher power, and also too, I was pulling my guardian angels with this too, so to help me with some of these words. And what I got was, it's up to you to claim your personal power. No one else will do it for you. No one else will do it for you. Give your fear to higher power. Life is to be lived. Let go of in what I call stinking thinking, okay? And flying high is risky, but so is living. Live and let live. And what that meant to me was, you know what? People, you do what you've got to do, but you let me do what I want to do or what I've got to do, okay? So, sometimes we can't always do what we want to do, but it is live and let live. Now, these two are here. Let's see what we have, and let's go pull one other card. They were sideways, but I'll put them as reversed. And here we go. Let's see. And like I said, this is my Rider Tarot cards. Now, if we ever get the Death card, please don't be afraid of that. It just means something happens very quickly. So something has to end in order for something to begin, and it happens very dramatically and very quickly. So don't ever be afraid of that card. I've had that in my life, and I'm like, oh, no, but nobody dies. It's just a situation changes quicker, okay? And sometimes it's a situation we want, but we just didn't want it to change so quick. Okay, your first card here is the King of Wands. Now, the King's underlying energy is air energy. And again, we've talked about what air energy is. The overlying energy is fire energy, and I've talked about what fire energy is. The King of Wands is taking a look at the whole big picture. Okay, so with this, look at everything. Look at everything. Don't take anything for granted, but don't get so caught up in the small stuff that you forget to live your life. Okay, Temperance, all about balance. We balance, keeping things in an even keel. Ooh, not evil, even keel. Keeping things. Remember your work-life balance type of thing, and also to your thoughts, words, mind, your heart, your soul, your spirit, your intuition, keeping things in balance, okay? And that means taking care of yourself during this time, getting the proper rest, eating well, doing the things you need to do. Now, a lot of times, whether you're in spring or autumn, a lot of times we need to look back and say, okay, if we're in spring, maybe it's time for us to, go on that diet. If we're in autumn and we're getting ready for winter time, hey, it is still, there is changes in those habits too. So it's kind of I'm getting a really I'm getting kind of a get out of your funk, get out of, and that's F-U-N-K, get out of your funk, get out of your sweat clothes, because, start moving. Now, yes, you're saying, well, if I'm in my sweat clothes, no, the people that I'm talking to, you've been in your sweat clothes and you haven't been moving. So if you're going to wear the sweat clothes, get moving. Anyway, so Aries season, get moving. Again, that would go with life is to be lived. Your last card here, okay, and that is reversed. That is the Nine of Swords. Swords is your air energy, which we've talked about also. And that's the Four of Swords. Four of Swords. There's a lot of things that have to be let go of. There's a lot of things that you need to rethink. There's a lot of things that you need to rehash, and yet at the same time also let go of. Now, fours do have some stability to it, and it's also about organization. Now, remember too, and I know I talk about this, but Saturn and Jupiter become more and more enmeshed in the Aquarius energies as we go on. So again, keep our vibrations high during this time. All of the planets are direct, and they will be direct until the 27th of April. So this is pushing us forward. There's a node that's retro. I'm not going to get too much into that, but most of the planets are pushing us forward. Aries season is pushing us forward also. Now, couple of things that I thought were important. was the 21st of March and the 22nd of March. We had, well, the 21st, we had Venus entering Aries, okay? Venus is emotions. Venus is about love, relationships. And as it enters into Aries, it is, it is passionate. It is bringing things up in our emotional states and also in our relationships. And then we have, though, Gemini is trined with Saturn and Aquarius. That is really, that's, okay, Saturn is what, like I've talked about that all the time. And Gemini is about independent thinking. Geminis are very independent thinkers, and they do, they're very quick-witted also. So there's something, just think about that 21st, 22nd, especially with your relationships, especially with how you are viewing your relationships, okay? Now, we jump down to the 28th of March, and we've got some interesting stuff going on there too. The 28th of March, the moon will be full. It will be in Libra at 6:27 p.m., again, Eastern Standard Time. Now, it is trine. There is a grand trine with that. Now, that is also, grand trines are very lucky. They're very, oh my goodness, what do I want to say about a grand trine? They're very magical in many ways, and they are times for great manifestation. So remember, new moon to full moon, as the moon is waxing and getting bigger, that's when we're requesting. Full moon to new moon, as it gets smaller, waning, that's when we let go. The full moon is one of those times where we do it all. We do release, relinquish, request. Release what we don't need anymore, release what's holding us back, relinquish what we don't need anymore, and request the good stuff. And remember, we have so much Aquarius energy, we need to speak it out. So there is going to be, the trine, full moon in Libra, it trines with Saturn in Aquarius. Now remember, Libra is about balance. Libra likes balance. But Saturn, Saturn in Aquarius wants to bring things out to you. So there could be a little bit of information that comes out, or situations that you're like, oh my gosh. But we need that. Libra needed to balance it, because people were too strongly one way, and so this is to balance the other. Now, the Libra is trined with Jupiter, which is also in Aquarius. That's about good fortune. So there could be some changes in fortune for the positive, okay? That could bring money in also. Then we have Libra trines with Mars in Gemini. And remember, Mars is an Aries energy. But, so this is the warrior. This is the, going into battle type of energy. But Gemini has you thinking through this. Gemini is kind of like pick your battles, choose wisely. What is it that you really want to go after? So the full moon in Libra is going to be about, it could be about sudden changes, shifts. It will go towards the positive, though of course full moons are always a little bit uncomfortable for many of us. Unexpected information, unexpected kind of like, surprise, this is happening. Again, too, I talk about when, I never say to worship the moon. Higher power is for who I worship, or, who I connect with, I should say. But a full moon is a divine creation, so I do feel that the energies do scientifically affect us. It affects the world. So it is a good time to make that connection and to put out your energies, okay? That's where I say release, relinquish, and request. Whew! Now, I didn't put a date on this, and I don't know why, but Mercury is in Pisces at this time. It's going to be conjunct with Neptune, which is also in Pisces, and they're both at 21 degrees. So there's something going on there, and it's going to be between the 28th and the 3rd of April. I think it was like the 28th through the 31st of March, but I didn't put a date on that. My bad. Anyway, it connected with me because again, Mercury is about communications, and and Neptune and Pisces, they do delve into that darker place, that darker area. So this could be some dark, deep secrets, conversations, notifications happening. But the thing is, with that full moon, again, so as things kind of, I don't know, do we want to say they get set in motion? It could be some of these things are brought to that light, okay? Because, Libra, air energy, Aquarius, air energy, Gemini, air energy. Okay. Then we go on to April 3rd. April 3rd, Mercury is entering into Aries at 11:42 p.m. Now, let's see what we want to say about that. Now, Aries fire sign. I am going to say, watch what you say. Watch what you talk about. Aries might push you forward, and you may overpromise. So you may say, sure, I can get that done, and then afterwards, as you're trying to get something done, especially in your work, you're like, oh my gosh, I said I could get it done, but I didn't know I had to get it done yesterday. So just watch your mouth, watch what you say, because I do feel that there's going to be some impulsive type of communication at this time. So let's go on and see what we have here for the 3rd of April when Mercury changes. Here we go. 3 of air. Okay, so 3s have a celestial type of energy. 3 of air is a recovery time. To me, that's the 3 of swords. I look at that as recovering. So this could be one of those times, maybe this communication will be where somebody comes back into your life and you need to, have a really strong conversation about your relationship. But the 3 of air, that's the 3 of swords. So it's that heart with those 3 swords. And everyone's like, no, 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 along with the death card. Put those away, put those away. It is about recovering. It is about healing. It is about getting things out. I'm kind of getting this, like you need to regurgitate the emotion in order for you to heal again, okay? So that could be vomiting of the mouth, and I don't mean you're going to physically get sick, but it's just like so much stuff just comes out. So, again, I'm going to say be careful a little bit too, because once it leaves, it can never come back, okay? So great sadness, take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself or others. Reverse, let's see what we have here. 9 of fire. 9s have that finality, completion energy. We've talked about fire energy. I love her. She is so strong. Whether you be male or female, it doesn't matter. She has such great strength. So, I like to call her the dragon tamer or the dragon slayer. Sometimes there are dragons that we need to slay. So this is all about standing firm. Okay, so if you're going to say something, mean what you say and say what you mean, okay? Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. And your last card here, the 10 of earth. Now I love this. 10's transitional number. Earth is, again, the number that we talked about, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Very solid energy. And I think we have actually on the 14th, we actually have Venus entering Taurus. So between, I would say, the 3rd and the 14th, you could see some stabilization in your emotions and in your family life too, okay? Because this is about a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. Now, we do come to that new moon, and let's see where my cards are. There they are. We have that new moon in April on the 11th. It is in Aries, and that's at 10:30 p.m. New moons begin new projects, new starts, new anything, okay? So let's just take one card for the new moon and see what we have here. King of Swords. Okay, so remember the king underlying energy is air, which is swords. Oh, and the swords energy is air. Okay, so this is air. So this would be your again your Aquarius, your Gemini, your Libra. The King of Swords is like this is the oldest of the decks. This is the oldest of the cards, and this brings about great wisdom. So if this is something that you want, if you are planning on starting a new project at this time, this is a time really think things through. But, and again, too, I'm always saying, connect with your higher power, your guardian angel, spirit guide, voice of the universe, your divine archangels, whoever that is for you, because they will guide you. And that is actually where wisdom does help. Wisdom does come, is knowing that there is more than just you. Just thinking that we have all the answers is arrogance. So we don't have all the answers, but we know how to find many or some of those answers. The King of Swords, though, is just, it sees clearly, and I get the word crisp. Crisp, so is that, so basically crisp, whoever, I don't know, but I'm getting the word crisp. Okay, I talked about the 14th of April, Venus entering Taurus, which is an earth sign. I do feel that is going to be, that the emotions are going to start stabilizing more and more. And also this will be developing relationships. It'll be really kind of learning what makes other people tick. Okay. And then we come to the 19th of April and Taurus season begins. And so Taurus season will begin at 4:34 p.m. Now, let's just pull one from my Archangel. Okay, there we go. Oh, we got a bunch that just fell out. We're going to do, so let's see what we might have going on for Taurus. We're just going to do these real quick. Knight's underlying energy is fire. Ariel is earth energy. We've talked about that. Basically, in Taurus, there's going to be a lot to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan, being watched over by someone kind, trustworthy, understanding, devoted, and funny. So Taurus is coming out already as a lot of this stuff has helped us to prepare, and now it's time to get busy. And remember, nights are directional. Here we go with the Page of Fire reversed. Page of Fire is follow your passion. You are ready for any challenge. Opportunities for excitement and adventure. Gabriel is fire energy. Energetic, brave, optimistic, playful. Underlying energy of a page is earth. Now, we come back to, and again reversed, we come back to King of Michael. Now, King of Michael is the same as the King of Air. Okay? So, principled, rational, ambitious, respected. Wisdom and objectivity are important now. Stay in your integrity, a situation that calls for honest and open communication. So a lot of things that are happening in Aries, they really get moving in Taurus. And our last card is an Archangel energy card, so this is really, really strong. Archangel Azrael, and this is peace. That would be lovely. I would love Taurus. I would love Aries to end with Taurus beginning on a note of peace. That would be so lovely, wouldn't it? Now, Archangel Azrael. So remember Azrael's name. Release the past. And we've talked about a lot of that. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. Now, one thing before we go on to our individual readings. I love this one, and so this is kind of like the end of, so that would be sometime in the end of April to the beginning of, the end of Aries season to the beginning of Taurus season. I think that would be lovely. But again, it's letting go of that past. It's, there's a lot of healing. Remember that Three of Swords, I think it was, or three. And there goes a card down there, but let's see what we have here. And let me go pick that card up. Excuse me. So what crystal or energy might be good for us? And I should have this too. I don't know that this is it. It just kind of looks like it. So anyway, Aragon, star clusters, earth healing, which we need, grounding, stress relief, and vitality. So we've got a lot of energy. So when I was talking about releasing the past, a lot of that has to happen with that 3 of air, which is the 3 of swords. Also that 6 of water. Now, lots of things happening, lots of really good energy, no matter where we're living. Again, too, I will go back to the words that I heard from higher power, and I'm reading it up here. It's up to you to claim your own personal power. No one else will do it for you. Give your fear to your higher power. Guardian angel, your spirit guide, voice of the universe, your divine, your archangel, whoever that is for you. Life is to be lived. Let go of stinking thinking. Oh, things are never going to get better. Da, da, da. No, we have to put out the positive energies, okay? And, okay, flying high is risky, but so is living. Live and let live. So that's what we've got right now as our overview. And now we will start our individual readings. Hello, my Aries, and happy birthday season to you. I'm sorry I'm late. Oh, I hate being late. But I feel really positive, really good about your birthday season. So let's see what we have. I've done all my intro already, and I've talked about the energies, the air, water, fire, and earth energy. So we won't be talking about that. The only card I did not really talk about is the Queen. I did talk about the King. I talked about Page and Knight. Queens have the underlying energy of water. So there's an emotional, caring, spiritual type of energy there. Now, let's start with all my cards. Here we go. We're going to cut for my Aries. 1, 2, and 3. And we do know about the reversed cards. So here we go. 3 cards. First card up. Here I talked about the Queens. Okay, so the Queen of Earth. Queen's underlying energy of water. So there is a very caring type of energy here. Queens, do stand in their royalty, stand in their power. Earth energy is, of course, our Taurus, Capricorn, and our Virgo. And a lot of times this has to do about money and practicality, and could be about your home also. So there is this, yes, I agree with you, I love you, I understand you type of energy, but we need to do the things that are right. We need to do what is needed type of energy. So while your emotions may be played with a little bit, and people might come to you and say, oh, but Aries, this is what, please, Aries, you're going to say, what is practical? It may not be practical to spend your rent on a new computer, okay? And that is not practicality. So this is something, because you are passionate, you are that fire sign. You want to do things the way you want to do it, but this is a time when you're going to be looking at, this is a season where you're going to be looking at, what do I want coming up for me? And there's going to be some practical energies that you really need to get down and get busy with, okay? So this is thoughtful, creative, warm, sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. Next card, release, let go. And there is a lot of letting go energy in Aries right now. So here is Archangel Raziel. We have a 1 and a 3, so 1 new beginning. 3 has that celestial. There's also power in number 3, the power of 3. So this is one of those times, add 1 and 3 together, you get a 4. 4 has stability, but it's also organization. So as you're, part of this is about being practical. Part of this is about doing the things that's needed to be done. If there are household chores that need to be done, you're going to work on the household chores and then afterwards you can go out and have your party. You can do the things you need to do. I do feel like you're going to be fixing up your home, fixing up your living space, fixing this up. I kind of feel like if you're a rehabber, you're going to be rehabbing from top to bottom, or from bottom to top, however that's going to work. I see new roof. New roof actually means a new covering. Something that's going to keep you safe, keep you moving, in a protected manner also, okay? Release is letting go, just letting go. So there is that spiritual awakening happening for you this month also, or this season for you. There is, higher power, guardian angel, spirit guide, voice of the universe, your archangel, okay? Your divine. But there is this seeing things through a spiritual lens, because I kind of see you with a telescope, but yet it's a spirit, looking at the stars. It's a spiritual lens. So you may find that you actually are, while you're, yes, you're down to earth, you're being, you're taking care of your business. There's also that spiritual awakening happening for you too. Anyway, release, Archangel Azrael. This is a time that's the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. Your last card with this deck is Nine of Air. Nine has a completion, a finality to it. Air is, of course, our Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, and I talked about what that all means too. This is your thought processes. It could be about hearing news. Again, something has to end in order for something to begin. So that's where that 9 energy is. Hearing your news, hearing things. Now, you may be a little trepidatious. You may be a little bit like, can this really happen? Can I accomplish this? Can I, maybe this is a little bit more than what you thought you were biting off on, chewing, whatever, more than what you were grabbing a little bit more. And so there is going to be a little bit of hindsight energy here. There's going to be kind of looking back and saying, well, maybe I should have taken the smaller piece. The thing about this, my Aries, is I think you're taking the right piece. I think you're taking exactly what you needed to do, because there's going to be learning lessons. Of course, we always have lessons that we're learning. But I think that in many ways, in the last, I'm getting kind of a year. I'm getting a 1.5. Okay, so that could be a 1.5 years or 1.5 months. I feel that there was a really strong undermining of your confidence. So it's that fear. It's fear that's kind of holding you, or fear that has its hold on you, and that goes back to that release. Let that fear go. Just keep moving forward. Okay. I know we always talk about moving forward. But the thing is, don't let that fear, was it fear of rejection? Was it fear of failure? Yes, it was both of those. Don't let the fear of failure keep you from trying again, because this is going to be a totally different season and astrological year for you also. So that could be with the business that failed. Again, I get this 1.5. So, again, so something that failed 1.5 years ago, maybe something that happened, I don't know. I keep getting this 1.5. So whatever this was that didn't pan out, this is the better time for it. Okay. Do your due diligence, do whatever it is you need to do. Anyway, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecy, sleepless nights. Now we're going to go to John Holland, Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. There we go. Okay, I feel like your waiting game is over. You've been playing the waiting game, and now it's over. Let's see what these are. So the waiting game, I feel that whatever this is, it's over. It's over. Okay, I feel the Queen of Earth is doing a lot of building, remodeling, and it could be, well, I'm kind of getting the house, and I get the roof. The roof has that protection over you. It could be things that you're doing actually in your life too. But I feel like the remodeling, let go of the fear. The waiting game is over. Now, the waiting game also is the number 2. With that, it's kind of some decisions to make with this. Which way do you go? Which way is it? Now, if you look, this is an hourglass, so we can kind of look that way or that way. And this one is, you could look at this either as the roots. The roots are growing strong. And then, or you could look at it as that's a dead tree. But I'm looking at it as the roots, and the tree is starting to sprout. Spring is here. The waiting game is over. I'm getting the waiting game is over. Your next card is light. So we have that 1 and 9 energy. We talked about the 9. We talked about the 1s. Hope, light, things moving, things, having that dream again. going after your dream, going after what it is you've been wanting. Now, you remember too, it's not always about the end. A lot of it's about the journey. Okay, and I do feel soul searching with this, with your journey. Okay, soul searching came. Anyway, whatever that means. Anyway, again, remember, I don't have to understand this. Just have to deliver it. Last card is, here we go, reversed. So this is a 7. 7, a divine number. So there is, with this, okay, this is deception and envy. Now, this could have been something that you had to face in your own, like I said, this is a soul searching. This could have been something you had to face on your own. You had to face those darker pieces of you, okay? I do feel that with the 7, that divine energy, the divine number, perfect number, that this was one of those things that that you really had to look at. You had to look at it and see it for its, for the truth. And also there's also a sense of acceptance with it too. We all have our dark sides. We all have our light sides. The goal is to have our light sides bigger than our dark sides. Okay, so it's looking at it. It's kind of like taking out the trash. It's moving. It's kind of like saying, okay, this is where I'm at. What do I have to do? Or this could also be that there were people around you that kept you. That again, that year and a half keeps coming back. Whoever that's for. And there was some divine protection. It was better for you not to have done what you did a year and a half ago, or 1.5. I'm going to go with years, because at that time it just might not have, not that it just wouldn't work. It wasn't that others, it would have been kind of like what you did would not have been yours. Okay? Somebody else would have claimed what you did. Okay? Now, this, whatever you're working with this on, is going to be yours. You will be able to claim it. You'll be able to own it. Okay? Let's go on to Osha Zen Tarot cards. Here we go. Never quite sure which ones are reversed on these, but we will see. Here we go. This one, okay. The Lovers. So we have a 6. 6 again, number of man. And this is all about, the lovers joining together. This is coming into your spot, coming where you were supposed to be, what you wanted. There was a delay. Again, that 1.5 keeps coming. It's going to drive me crazy. So I'm sorry if I'm driving you crazy with it, but there was a delay, and now is the perfect timing. Timing is now right for you. Okay? Again, if this, there was divine protection. If you had started whatever it was, again, that 1.5, it would not have been yours. Now it's time for it to be yours. Is that a business? Is that a relationship? Remember, relationships, work, job, career, personal, intimate, interpersonal, family, or home. Next card, this one's reversed, I think. Yep. Thunderbolt. Everything had to break down. Everything had to come down in order for it to be built back up. Okay? And that's a hard lesson. That's a hard lesson to learn, but everything had to be taken away for you to bring it back for divine energy, for spiritual, reclamation, for all of this to have it rebuild, because it's not going to, again, I feel this building energy, this, coming in your season, this building energy. But everything had to be broken down, including the foundation. Now you're going to be building a better foundation. You're going to be getting where you need to be. This is the time. And remember, it's the journey that matters. This card, awareness. Okay, so we have a 6, we have a 16, and we have now a 7. So we have a 7 and 7, so that's the divine energy. You are, remember I've talked about reality versus illusion. You are seeing more and more and more of what the reality is. You are not hiding away from the illusion. We all hide away from illusion. There has to be some illusion, because too much reality is going to be overwhelming to us. But you are seeing more and more of that. And I love this, before, when this person was behind the veil, there was fear, there was torment. Now, if you look, I love it because there's peace. And that's because we can deal with reality We can deal it. It's when we, and you know this, my Aries, it's like when you're like, I just don't feel this is right. That's what really grabs us. But now it's like, I can see what needs to be seen. Okay, let's go on here and see what we have with my Archangel Power Tarot cards. Let's go on here. Yeah, that Nine of Air has been, it's all about, oh, look at that. You get peace again. Okay. Ooh. Interesting. Peace and solutions. Things happening. And this is so much you. So much for you, my Aries. So much. Here we go. Let's take out one last card. Did I have, these were reversed, right? I think these were reversed. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, let's put these up here. Here we go. So, peace. We had that 1 and 3. We've talked about that. And peace and release. Archangel Azrael, the same thing. Let go, let God, let things go. Okay? So, release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. Now, solutions. Solutions, that's a 14. So we have the 1 and the 4. 4 has that stability, that organization. Add them together, it is a 5, and that means some changes are coming. But these are positive. This is, again, whatever happened, that 1.5, 1.5. I see it in both ways. I see the 1 and then the fraction, and then I see 1.5. So whatever that is to you, that's now, it was not good timing back then. Now you have more information, you have more of what you need to do to rebuild. I go back to this queen because I feel like she's building, remodeling. And again, that could be actual physical remodeling of a house, a home, or it could be physically rebuilding, remodeling of your goals and your dreams too. And maybe even your career. If your career was snatched out from you, you're actually going to go into a different career that is going to be something, again, it's going to have that spiritual awakening to it. You're going to feel like you're in that right place at the right time. Anyway, success that comes from objective compromise, self-control and patience, forgiving and healing energies. And this is Archangel Raziel. And I don't know why this is, but the names Azrael and Raziel, so we have the A and we have the Z. Something with the A to Z, Anyway, last card here, 10 of Gabriel. Now, 10's transitioning, okay? Moving from one to the other. 1 plus 0 of a 10 comes to 1, new beginning. Gabriel, your energy. This is a busy time for you. You're going to be busy. And this is a time of launching. This is a time, again, I get busy, just keep moving, get your stuff done, ask your angels for your help, ask the archangels for your help, remodeling, revisiting, all that good stuff. So ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. Now, I'm not going to use my Rider Tarot cards here, but I am going to use my Guardian Angel Tarot card. We will pull one. And like I said, these are very gentle cards. They're a little wordy too, but I do find that the message is usually really on point with these. Here we go. Okay, that one just wants to fly out for us, so we're going to take it anyway. And here we go. 7 of thought, that would be air energy again. 7 again. So you have been, this is kind of talks about everything. You've been confused about a situation in your life, and now suddenly everything is completely clear to you. Whether the truth was revealed by your angels, disclosed by a friend, or discovered on your own, it feels great to be awake and aware. Feel free to ask for time alone if that's what you need. That's really a good summary. That's a great summary. Thank you, angels. Anyway, let's go on. Last card, and this is Emily Anderson, the crystal deck. Here we go. What crystal or energy, because sometimes you get fire and you get all those different energies, will be helpful for you. Now, this one is reversed. Oh, I got 2 cards that wanted to come out, so we'll take the first card. Fire. I told you we get energy. Fire energy, that's your energy. You're going to be, this is, okay, so what does that mean? Light candles, incense. What is it that helps to ignite your passion? Okay, so passionate creation, travel, courage. Oh, travel. This is your last card. Amethyst, amethyst. I should look for my little amethyst. I have a big amethyst. Here we go. This is amethyst. I love this. It's quite beautiful. That was gifted to me by James. But amethyst is good for spiritual insight, creativity, psychic protection, and also for courage. Because, whatever that was, that 1.51/1/2, 1.5, whatever that was, it did undermine your confidence quite a bit, but now's the time for you to, now's the time, again, what did they say? You've been confused, Suddenly everything is completely clear to you, okay? It feels great to be awake and aware. Anyway, let's go over here. My Aries, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Please remember, like, share, subscribe. It does help. More importantly, my Aries, know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.